There is time for everything, and so is there time for everybody. So be careful how you treat others in your time, for very soon it will be their turn. The God who changes the times and seasons, the one who enthrones and dethrones kings, will lift them up, for this is a fact of life. Let's go.
With me here is Madam Sharon Cooper, who is the resident representative of the UNHCR. Now, into this together, collaborate extensively. So, on the
Katchi, I'm Dennis by profession. I live in the United States, in North Carolina. I'm the president of the Katchi International, who is working who is a non-profit, non-governmental organization that have projects, social projects through education, health, and human rights. Our organization, through Katchi Foundation, plans to help vulnerable population in distress through the continent. And we are here today to launch the Operation Ukami for the refugees in Ghana. We brought food, clothing, and medicines. We intend to provide some emergency dental treatments, oral care preventions, and medical consultation under certain conditions that we have to discuss with the local authorities. I seize the occasion to thank all our partners in the United States, all the African diaspora who made this possible. We also thank the Ghana Refugee Board and the UNHCR representative to give us the way to be able to provide these goods and services to the refugees.
well, if you would permit me, I would, on behalf of the Ghana Refugee Board, and I'd say this hoping that my sister would also respond. Thank you very much for the opportunity or the opening that you are offering our refugees. We are welcoming you and receiving these provisions at a time very critical to the management program of refugees in Ghana, when internationally the obligations of the international community towards refugee management has considerably diminished. It has diminished because of the global situation that we have. So we are very much interested in opening our arms to welcome benevolent and generous institutions like yours that have come all the way from the United States to give a lending hand in support of our efforts to bring hope, as your logo indicates. We are bringing hope to the refugees generally. I can assure you that it is coming at a very timely period, and whatever you give, once it meets the expectations of the organizations that are in charge, we will receive them warmly, and I can see that there's clearly nothing wrong with what you have brought. So we will receive it with both arms, and thank you profusely for your support.
Thank you.
Now we look forward to organizations like yours that are in the diaspora and that have the capacity to provide to be forthcoming, so that we can increase the quota of support that comes from NGOs outside of the UN body, so that we can collectively support our disadvantaged kith and kin, that through no fault of theirs, they happen to be on the wrong side of history for now. So thank you very much once again for this opportunity.
On behalf of UNHCR, I'd like to thank you for the donation that you have made. And as Mr. Jirasa has said, I think that it's a particularly poignant effort to see that Africans in the diaspora are monitoring what's happening on the continent and making their contribution. I think this is the way that we can all be part of trying to find solutions. I see Kids Against Hunger written on your boxes, and I think that's excellent because, as you know, the majority of our cases are children. So I'll be sure to ensure that the children are the first recipients of what you give. So thanks again, and we look forward to future collaboration.
Thank you.
There is time for everything, and so is there time for everybody. So be careful how you treat others in your time, for very soon it will be their turn. The God who changes the times and seasons.
We are strenuously making a strong case to the international community, particularly the UNHCR in Geneva, so that they would not consider the relative peace and stability in Cote d'Ivoire now as a basis for turning their back on us. Because those refugees that have crossed our border may be staying here for a bit longer period, having regard to the dynamics of the difficulty that gave rise to the influx of refugees. So we are looking forward to the international community rejuvenating its interest in the refugee situation in Ghana, so that we can solve the petty. And I can assure you that these are very fundamental requirements that need to be met to make them feel comfortable.
And we still have a lot to do in terms of appropriate shelter for the refugees. So we're trying to see, with the help of a few Ghanaian companies, to see what we can do in terms of bringing more durable shelter to the refugees in the camps.
What we're presenting today is the opening ceremony of the Operation Ukami. The Ukami, that means in Akan, in the African language, and the Ivory Coast Akan language, mean help me. So this operation through the foundation that we're launching here is for the refugees in Ghana. And so for that same token, we brought food, clothing, and medicines to the vulnerable populations that are in dire need. We plan to do more action as time and means allows. We are targeting the most vulnerable population in the camps, the pregnant, women, children, and the elderly. And we also intend to do some dental care, emergency dental care, oral care prevention, distributing toothpaste, toothbrushes, and we have also a doctor coming from Gabon that we expect for some medical consultation. Now, this is under certain conditions that we need to work through before we can start the actual work on the ground. The donation that we brought, we value it at $50,000. This is our first time, and it won't be the last, because we intend to be on the continent and make ourselves known through our projects and actions. We want to be very pragmatic in what we do.
There is time for everything, and so is there time for everybody. So be careful how you treat others in your time, for very soon it will be their turn. The God who changes the times and seasons, the one who enthrones and dethrones kings, will lift them up. For this is a fact of life.